Hey you, thanks for tuning back in to another episode of the Just Colleen podcast. I'm Colleen, your host, where we talk about real life situations and provide little tips and tools to help move your way through them. All right, let's jump right into today's podcast. We're halfway through the year, and if you're listening to this, you might be in the thick of it. We all know what happens mid-year. Money's tight. You've applied for jobs with no replies. You're juggling maybe overdue bills. You're looking at all these advertisements for Christmas that's 6 months away. And the walls are starting to close in a little, bring in some constraint, or they're closing in a lot. And please know you are not lazy. You are not broken. You're just exhausted mentally, emotionally, and maybe even financially. With the outlook on mental health, it is so important to watch for your neighbors, watch for your friends, watch for your families. Stand with them. Don't judge them. Don't point your finger at them. Don't force your opinion on them. Just be there for them. Let me start by saying something that you might have heard or you might not have heard. You are trying, and that matters. And yeah, trying to stay positive when the world just feels like it's crumbling around you, that there's no hope, that in itself, it's a job just to keep yourself positive. So let's break this down a bit and talk about a couple different areas that have been happening. Say you're looking for a job. It has been so difficult for people in the U.S. to find legitimate jobs. Right now, maybe you feel like you're drowning in debt. Maybe your support systems, they are crumbling or they make themselves unavailable. Yep. Maybe even your usual go-to people, they have started ghosting you or oddly have gone quiet. And you're suddenly wondering, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Or worse, starting to question, what is wrong with me? You know, sometimes life just gets really messy and it gets really unfair. And when we're stuck in that place for, say, too long, it really starts to chip away at our mental health. Hope turns into numbness, and motivation, it turns into guilt. And then we start feeling invisible. Say 6 months ago, you had a great job, great income, and then lost that position. And you have a family to feed. And you were able to live off of what you were provided out of severance or what you had saved up as an emergency fund. And here we are 6 to 8 months later, and no one will hire you. Everyone has passed you up. You start to feel it deep. Nobody wants me. My debts are building up. You're receiving past due notices. So what do we do at this point? You get to that point where you're feeling pretty helpless, not by faking it and not by forcing a smile when you're actually falling apart inside. But let's start by being honest with yourself, being gentle, being patient. And I know that one hurts. That one is really hard, especially when you have people breathing down your neck or you don't know where you're going to be able to get the money to pay your next grocery bill. Here's a few gentle reminders and tools that can help to support your mind while you're in this hard place. So the first one is those tiny wins, they really matter. You may not even think about it, but they really do. Did you get out of bed today? That right there is a win. Did you jump in the shower? That is another win. Say you didn't scream at your internet provider. That's another major win. These small victories, they add up so much. And they tell your brain, hey, we are still here. We are still in the game. Okay? So let's start by rewiring that self-talk that we've been giving ourselves. Instead of saying, I'm failing, I don't know what to do, try, okay, I'm going to navigate through this hard time. and I am not going to project what to do. Your brain actually listens to your words. So don't feed it poison or toxic words. Next thing is limit the doom scroll. I want to bring it to your attention, and you may not even have noticed it. Social media makes it look like everyone else is just thriving while you're stuck. And you know what happens when you keep seeing all these ads of, I made $125,000 my first month doing this. So easy. Join me today. And then you go through that whole marketing spiel with no transparency. You have to wait until the very end of that, say, hour and a half, 90 minutes to find out it's going to cost you $5,000. And sure, they'll take payments of $1,666 per month. Well, you're looking for a job. You're looking for income. Makes sense? No, doesn't make sense at all. So don't put your head and your trust in these ads. They are not placed there to protect your peace. They are there to draw you in with a marketing ploy and to make money. If someone doesn't offer a sliding scale or can take a look at your income and say, hey, you know what? I understand you can't afford this right now. Let's see what we can do. By doing this and by taking your step away from that social media, it's not quitting, okay? You are filtering down the noise. Next one is stay connected to someone, just one person, just that one friend, that one hotline person, or that one group you're associated with. You don't need an army. You just need someone that reminds you that you are still worthy. You are worthy. You are human, and you are valuable. So move your body. This is really important. Somatics. Somatics is the movement, body movement. By moving your body, even just a little, that fight or flight, you can help to move it into a positive feeling. Just take a walk to the end of the block if you can, or stretch for 5 minutes. Do my favorite, crank the music and dance while you're doing the dishes. You know, movement isn't just about fitness. It's about shaking off those negative feelings, shaking off that feeling of despair. And it really works. Keep an eye out for my somatics workshop. Here's another one. Laugh, even if it's through tears. And it's not necessarily because I'm sad or I'm angry or I feel defeated. I just need to get that subconscious emotion out. So go ahead, laugh at anything absurd in your inbox saying things like, oh yeah, we'll keep your resume on file for the next 60 days. Yeah, okay. We already know. Sure you will, Brenda. Mostly, here's what I want you to hear loud and clear. Okay, are you listening? Perk those ears up right now. I promise you this won't last forever. Your current situation, sure, it is real. And it's real hitting you in the face. But right now, no matter how permanent it feels, it is not permanent. Jobs are going to come. And sure, you're going to be exhausted from doing all those applications. Keep going, keep striving, because that one job, that one position that's for you, it's going to show up. And when it does, you are going to be so happy and so relieved. Also, keep in mind, somehow, some way, miracles happen, don't they? Help is going to show up, even if it's at the 11th hour. All right? So help is going to show up. Have faith and know help is going to show up in your life. This fog that you're in right now, it's going to lift. And that sun is going to melt that fog away. And your mental health is your lifeboat. Protect it. Feed it positive things. Talk to it like it's your best friend. Because one day soon, Your best days are going to need that strong, well cared for version of you. And if no one has told you today, you're doing better than you think. You're doing better than what you did yesterday. You are not failing or falling. You are surviving. For that, give yourself a hug. I mean it, really. And if you can't give yourself a hug, go ahead and cry it out. If this episode has given you a little bit of hope, or at least made you feel less alone, please share it with someone else who is in the thick of it. And if no one in your world is there for you right now, know that I am. I really, truly am. And this space right here on the Just Colleen podcast, it's here for you. And I want you to know you are not broken. And no matter how many times you've had this negative chapter in your life, you may have roller coaster chapters in your life. There's going to come a day real soon where it's an easy ride down. And sure, we may have another one where it's a really tough one going up. But right now, take a step back. Take a breath. Truly be kind to yourself in mind, body, and spirit. Remember, your words and your thoughts, they count. And most of all, remember, your story is far from being over. So until next time, hold on to your hope. You are definitely not alone. And if you feel like you're drowning in putting out applications, you're drowning in debt, you're drowning because your support systems don't seem to be available. Maybe even your usual go-to people, they've ghosted you again. And you're wondering, why is this happening to me? Or what is wrong with me? Your thought for today is try to stay positive. Don't fake it, but do something that makes you feel good in amongst this feeling of the world crumbling around you, even if it's just for a moment. I am offering one-on-one sessions for a donation. So don't hesitate, reach out, let me know, and I'm more than happy to hear you. Also, keep an eye out for links to my new workshops. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of the Just Colleen podcast. And thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Just Colleen. And have a fantabulous day.